Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. And it seems like every time we tell you something, you're like, man, stop making me feel old. Well, yesterday, Fox said, guess what? We got 2 more seasons of The Simpsons. They just said, okay, we're doing their 33rd and 34th season. And again, how many people do you think are younger than The Simpsons? Like, you know, that's what you're going to feel old when you meet people that are younger than The Simpsons.
Dude, that's so. I'm just shocked by this. You're absolutely right. Like some people, they've never lived life without The Simpsons on.
Joey Dees and also Sarah, younger than The Simpsons.
Oh,
and Vicky B, younger than The Simpsons.
When did The Simpsons start?
Well, let's see.
December 17th, 1989.
Nice, buddy.
This is going to make me feel old, but is this counting the Tracy Ullman show days?
I think so.
Because that's where it all debuted. Remember when I was a kid? That's when we first saw The Simpsons, was on the Tracy Ullman show.
1987.
87.
No, I think they're counting back to that. They must be.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Joey Dees is actually, he was born in 1988, so there's no way that, and he's not 33 yet, so something screwy. They must be going all the way back to Tracy Ullman.
Well, they might have also, like, just what way seasons are. Sometimes you have, like, more seasons in a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you're right.
Like Survivor's like, we're on our 50th season. I'm like, I know you haven't been on for 50 years, but then you're like, oh, they do 2 seasons a year.
Yeah, so I never thought that Simpsons did that, but you know, Steve, it's so weird with television and how they do the seasons. You're right; it could very well be. Though, I mean, they're going to have like close to 750 episodes after the 34th season, and then they're going to have a big 700th anniversary episode coming up. I guess next year sometime. I think.
So at this point, do you ever stop? I mean.
You don't have to. It's a cartoon, though, and they've changed voices. And if they continue to go on this path of changing voices, then almost anybody can do it, right? If somebody can do a great impression of the characters, why couldn't they keep it going? I mean, when you think of the Flintstones have had different voices, and all of the old shows that we love, if they bring them back, they got different voices.
I don't know how much money they're making, but I got to imagine they're making a lot of money for Fox that they continue to put this show on. I mean, it just seems crazy to ever stop. Like, you might as well just let this show continue and it stops when, like, the world ends.
Yeah, you can do it all remotely. Oh, when the world ends. Jeez, that's...
I don't want to live life without The Simpsons on television, even though I don't watch the show at all. It's just, there's some sense of comfort in the world that we have The Simpsons.
So should I be reading into anything if all of a sudden The Simpsons go, this is our last season? Is that the world's end? Is that what I'm... Okay.
Well, they've predicted so many things in the past.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. The Simpsons are like Nostradamus. It's pretty nuts.
Or they're just kind of the puppet masters.
Ooh. Oh.
And they're subliminally putting it in our head.
So when they say it's the last season, you're thinking they know that the end is coming.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's a happy viewpoint.
So keep going, Simpson.
Please keep going.
There's no one ever going to top this. I mean, right? You break who's going to break this record?
And look, I want to say this because, again, this is old person stuff. But, I mean, there was a TV show that was a live-action TV show that was on for 29 years, and that was that Western Gunsmoke, which was on CBS for pretty much almost 30 years. To me, that's amazing. Where this is a cartoon, I can see them be able to do this for that long because nobody ages. Like, Bart would not, Bart would be like, you'd see him, he'd be a 30-something-year-old man. Instead, he's still the same kid.
Dude, Bart would be pushing 40. If you think about it, because the show, how old is Bart on the show?
10 or 11. He's like in the 4th grade, so maybe like 10.
Bart would be in his 40s right now.
You're right.
Like, when the hell is Bart going to grow up?
I think that's the whole idea of a cartoon.
Still living with his parents.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie Brown is still a little kid trying to pitch a baseball. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, good going for you, Simpsons. None of us watch, but we're happy for you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe now is the time to start watching The Simpsons again. Do I have to go back and watch every episode prior
if I wanted to binge something, though, there's probably a good 15 years at least of Simpsons that I haven't seen. At least 15 years, maybe even more. So if I'm looking for something bingeable, Steve, not a bad idea. It's comforting to know that they're there for me if I want them.
I like one texter says that the Simpsons are like the Twinkies of TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
And someone said, do you think that South Park would keep going? I don't think South Park will go as long as the Simpsons. Although I'm excited for their upcoming episode because they're tackling vaccinations, and that's going to be awesome.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. When's is that coming up soon?
Yeah, it's like whenever, I don't remember the exact date, but it's coming up very soon.
Yeah. I mean, unless Matt and Trey just get tired. But then again, if they got a team, then the team can do most of the heavy lifting, and all they got to do is just go in and do the voices.
Yeah, it looks like the vaccination special for South Park will be on March 10th. So
next Wednesday.
Here we go.
Yeah, next Wednesday, and they're on season 24 as of right now.
Ooh.
And they've got weird seasons. I don't know what their seasons are like.
Yeah.
Has it been 24 years? Like literally 24 years of South Park?
97, so I think that checks out.
Yeah, that does. I mean, that's a lot of years.
They should just F with The Simpsons and start doing like mini seasons and have those count. Like just like 5-episode seasons.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to do it. And then come back 6 months, maybe 2 months later and go, oh, here's our next season. Simpsons will go, F you, South Park. Got a question for you. Why was a guy driving over 100 miles per hour while his airbags were deployed? Steve's going to tell you why. He's got the Migs Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Kia Up You All for giving us the Migs Report. And today is a day that we can all celebrate. Happy National Snack Day.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's a snack attack, mother effers.
Yeah.
How about this? I was reading a study that said 56% of Americans, shockingly, have no self-control when it comes to snacks.
Only 56%.
Well, I mean, there's people like my wife who have self-control when it comes to eating. So I think that maybe I'm with you. I think it's probably more like 80% of us.
Come on,
can't control snacks. But
yeah, I mean, look, I know people like your wife too. You're right. They're an amazing breed that can just somehow, some way, stop putting stuff in their mouth. But not me.
She's all about the serving sizes, man. We get something like Whole Foods, and she'll look at it and be like, 2 serving sizes. We can enjoy this on the ride home, even though I eat probably 80% of it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, serving size is just a suggestion, really.
Well, I even said about 7 out of 10 people admit that they tend to eat more than the recommended serving size. Yeah, I'm the guy that looks at the serving size and then does the math. All right, so it's 3 servings. Okay, it's about 300 calories total for this bag. I guess I could eat the whole thing.
Yeah, 300 calories. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. That's I'll do it.
I know I'm the worst with snacks. They even call it snacksidents when you can't control the amount of snacks that you eat. And it says that Americans admit experiencing 416 snacksidents every year.
I love this.
Like every month.
I'm a snacksident waiting to happen.
All right, what's your go-to? If you had to pick one thing to snack on, what are you snacking on?
Oh, man. Why, Steve? Why do you do this to me?
You only have one.
It's like picking my favorite bebe. Well, you know what? Listen, I mean, if you say, look, you can have whatever you want, I'm going with my Zingers. My Hostess Zingers, which are, I think, basically better Twinkies, if you ask me. They're so good.
There's I don't know what the brand is, but it's a brand of pistachio nuts where they're already out of the shell and they have different seasonings on them. So there's a honey roasted pistachio nut bag that I get.
That's you, huh?
Oh, dude, that's one of those things where it's this is 5 servings and I eat the whole thing on the ride home.
But it's almost healthy.
0.
At least. I mean, pistachio.
It's a nut.
Yeah, it's a nut. It's almost healthy. Whereas what I'm eating has been completely manufactured for my own snacksident pleasure.
That's the brand. Wonderful. They got different ones. They've got a sriracha one, and they also have a honey roasted one, which is my favorite. Can't go wrong.
Honey roasted is so good.
What about you, Rev?
Oh, if I can go with anything, probably Thin Mints, Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh.
Straight from the freezer, which we might actually have here today.
Oh, here we go.
Here comes a snacksident.
It never stops.
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
All right, Vicky.
I'm a sucker for those Juanita corn chips with the artichoke dip.
Oh, I don't know if I know that. Oh, yes, I know Juanita. That's a great brand. You're right, Vic.
Those are probably the best corn chips out there.
I agree.
Joe?
I got to get more of them.
I'm similar to Vicky. I do Tostitos chips with that queso dip.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I got to get me some Tostitos with queso.
How about this text that says the package of carrot cake Oreos that I'm demolishing says serving size is 2 cookies. I've downed a row on the ride home so far. Right. Yeah, 2 cookies is total BS.
I agree.
Oh, please.
It's
Oreos? Yeah, come on.
Vicky brought in some Oreos.
I did.
My God. Between the cookies, the Thin Mints, the Oreos, insanity.
What do you got? The carrot cake one? That's the one the guy was just talking about. I think now we need to know so we can relate to the texter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Java chip.
Java chip? Like coffee chip?
Yep.
Oh, that's not carrot cake.
No, she's got 2 different kinds.
Oh.
2 packages.
All right, then. Oh, there's
Carrot.
the other one.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, Vicky.
You just opened it up. You're a terrible influence.
You just said we have to relate to the guy.
It's a snacksident. You're right.
Try it out, Steve.
I mean, if it hits my mouth, what am I going to do? It's a snacksident.
Well, snacksidentally, I'm grabbing one of those carrot cake ones.
Your daughter is giving me the death glare, BJ, so I don't think I can give you any.
Well, listen, I'm gonna wait for my coffee before I have this snacksident. Steve?
Yeah. Oh, what? You want me to try it right now?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got to know. Is this the carrot cake?
Uh-huh.
I'm curious.
Ooh, crunchy.
Oh, yeah, I could totally see how someone would eat a whole row of those.
Oh, man. Well,
That's
as you
really
know,
good.
I am trying to be good, so I'm going to see if I can avoid these cookies today. I am trying to be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Failure.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
All right, let's talk about this guy who tried to be a good driver, and he failed at that. Well, I don't know if he was trying to be a good driver. In fact, I think he was intentionally being an idiot because he got drunk and decided to get behind the wheel, and he was driving in Nevada.
Okay.
The cops caught him, but it took him a little bit of time to catch him because he was doing 100 miles per hour with his airbags deployed.
With his airbags deployed?
Yes, so he must have crashed into something at some point. They tried to pull him over. He wouldn't stop. And shockingly, he crashed into something again. That's how they were able to catch him when he crashed into a fast food joint right into their cement wall.
Oh, man. That could have been a travesty just because, hey, I don't want that fast food joint interrupted.
Right, and poor reporting. They don't tell us which fast food place.
Of course.
But turns out this guy, he blew .404, which is 5 times the legal limit. And he was actually pretty close to the possible fatal range when it came to how drunk this guy was. So he was arrested on a bunch of charges.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. Then you go to that idiot and some idiot in Florida. You have to deal with these thieves that come onto your porch. They call them porch pirates, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're just crooks. Well, this guy decided to get a little creative because, everyone's got ring cams or security cams, so you don't want to get busted. So this idiot, he's now known as the alien porch pirate because he dresses up as an alien. I don't know if you've seen this, BJ.
Oh, I have seen this picture. This is a creep. I mean, first of all, you get your stuff stolen, and then stolen by this creepy-looking thing?
Even like the people that had it stolen, though, they had a good sense of humor. They're like, yeah, we can't help but laugh as much as it pisses them off. They put a post on Facebook that says, does anybody recognize this person who stole a package from my door while we were away? And it's a guy with a giant alien mask on. There's no way anyone's going to recognize him unless that's really an alien. I don't know.
Well, if somebody knows about this dude that's got this costume, I can't believe it's the only time he breaks it out is when he's porch pirating. Maybe Halloween sometime.
That's a good point.
I think, for the right price.
And the homeowner did talk to the local news about what happened.
I had an actual alien walk up to my door and take my package. We have had a lot of theft and car break-ins, door pullers through the area, just trying to go through people's stuff. Like, okay, what's happening next? What are they going to try and do next?
Well, hopefully they catch this idiot. Hate porch pirates.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I hope they give him the alien probing when they do.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way to treat him. Treat him like an alien.
Oh, yeah.
Treat him like an alien.
Oh, yeah. Or treat them like aliens treat us, Steve. It's the other way around. Aliens probe us.
Okay, fair. I don't know. Maybe over at that hangar in Area 51, they're probing the aliens. Maybe that's why they do it back at us. It's their way of getting revenge. I have no idea, BJ.
I think, you know what? I don't know which came first, but somebody needs some probing.
This is a funny thing that somebody came up with. They analyzed posts and reactions on a bunch of sports when it came to Twitter to figure out who has the angriest fans, which sport has the angriest fans. And I'll give you a hint. The angriest fans on Twitter is for one of the calmest sports.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to really throw it at the New England Patriots fans, but no, it's not them.
No, it's not football. You would think. I mean, everyone gets pissed off. I mean, hell, right now, you look at Seahawks Twitter, it's like how quickly people now hate Russell Wilson, even though everything's just based on rumors, but it's not football.
It's not football. You say
football came in at number 4 as the angriest people on Twitter.
The world's calmest sport.
One of the calmest sports.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with tennis.
Tennis. Not a bad guess. They cracked the top 15. They were number 12, but that's not right.
All right. That's probably there you go.
It's got to be golf.
Golf?
Oh, good
bing,
call,
bing, bing.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Vicky.
I'm so mad.
I should have thought of golf.
Really?
I don't know. Well, I guess you're right. It's very boring.
So what, they just go on Twitter and yell at your favorite golfers? I don't follow, I guess a lot of my friends aren't golfers, and I don't follow a lot of golf people on Twitter, so I'm not even aware.
Oh, I'm with you, Steve. I don't think that it should be having crazy people, but it is like the calmest sport that I know, and it is very surprising that what are they pissed off about?
Holes. Holes. Yeah, and balls. Holes and balls.
Holes and balls. Yeah, that gets a lot of people angry.
Two of life's most frustrating things. Soccer came in at number 2, speaking of balls.
See, now I can understand, and maybe not so much in America, but man, people do get crazy about their soccer internationally.
Then you got baseball at number 3, and I said football at number 4. Yeah, baseball at number 3, although I was rather angry because the Mariners tied yesterday. They scored 2 runs in the 9th to tie the game, and then the game ends.
Yeah, that'll piss you off. Well, it's spring training.
Is that what they do? They just don't go extra innings?
I feel like in spring training, that is what happens. They just, because they don't want to break any of these guys, by having them go longer
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go longer than 9 innings. You really, really don't.
They tied at 8-8 against the Cubs. They play the Rockies at noon. I'm actually surprised also that wrestling fan. Okay, it's sports entertainment, not actual sport, but
come on, Steve.
I'm shocked that they're not on this angriest people on social media. If it did sports entertainment, I think they would come in at number 1.
Yeah, you would know that better because you've seen the internets, and boy, they can be some angry people.
But Speaking of wrestling, BJ, I know you watch All Elite Wrestling all the time, so I don't know if you caught it yesterday on AEW.
W, yes.
But our dude Cody Rhodes, who we've had on a bunch of times, was in a match against Shaquille O'Neal last night, baby.
What?
That's right, Shaq making his wrestling debut for All Elite Wrestling. And it was actually a lot of fun. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because it's past my bedtime, but I watched a bunch of clips this morning, and Shaq power bombs him right away, which was pretty awesome. He's throwing other guys around and outside of the ring, but then at one point he's on the apron, and Cody charges at him, does like a cross body onto him, and they fall out of the ring onto a bunch of tables, 2 tables.
Hey, I've seen somebody fall on tables before.
But how about Shaq went through some tables? In fact, here's Jim Ross doing the call.
Ooh, good swing and a miss, and Cody with the poke of the eyes. Now Cody over the top. Oh my God in heaven! Good God Almighty! The tables are everywhere. People are shattered.
Good God Almighty, BJ! Shaq went through a table. It was awesome. And then at some point, he had to be taken out of the match or out of the arena in an ambulance. And a lot of people were laughing because they're like, "Oh, is he okay?" But then, you notice as they're closing the ambulance doors, he very politely bends his knees because he's too tall for the ambulance, so they can close the door.
Of course he is.
I love wrestling. And as far as weather, we've got 55 degrees. It's going to rain later. And that's the major report, and that's what's up. But yeah, Shaq in the ring, baby.
That's got to be a big thrill for, I would think, anybody who's a basketball fan that also is involved with all that. To have somebody like that, you're performing with them or at least doing anything with them. That's pretty awesome.
And sometimes they get like the celebrities come in, or the sports stars from other places. They come in, and you could just tell they're really not putting any effort into it. Shaq, you could tell he was trying, man. He was having a good time with it. He's a big wrestling fan, so it was probably a lot of fun for him.
Oh, I didn't realize he loved wrestling that much.
Oh yeah, he'll show up sometimes in the past to like WWE stuff and WrestleManias and like into battle royals and things like that. But this was his first time with AEW and actually seeing him in the ring. It was super fun.
So yeah, I wonder who was more stoked. That some of the folks like, this is Shaq, or Shaq basically getting to do what he's watched on TV and loved.
A little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. And Steve, I mean, firsthand, man, taking the tables, all right, that he was into it. He didn't have this.
No, he didn't have to do something like that. I'm sure they would have been like, yeah, we're fine with whatever. I can only imagine. I don't know if like he's the one that's like, hey guys, I want to go through a table, or if they're like, Shaq, what do you think about going through a table?
Yeah. Is that the first? I think, yeah. Like, can we just do a chair? Can we start with a chair? Oh, that's awesome. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What zodiac sign is someone born on St. Patrick's Day?
Is that a Capricorn?
No.
Sagittarius?
No.
A Cloversaurus?
No.
Cloversaurus is my favorite Pokemon. By the way, I really like the Cloversaurus. All right. Pisces. That was the correct answer. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.